Hello, friends. The 206th day of the war between Russia and Ukraine continues. Let's look at the main events over the past day. Let's start with the official summary of the General Staff of Ukraine, which states the following. There was shelling by the Russians of the settlement of Sviatohorsk. That is, it is alleged that the city is already officially under the control of the Ukrainian army. It is reported that Ukrainian units repulsed attacks in the areas of the settlements of Bakhmut, Zaitsev, Avdiivka, Nikolaevka Drua, and Novomykolivka. These are all the same locations where the battles have been going on for several months. The reports say that the enemy is regrouping forces and introducing new reserves. It is also stated that Russia is introducing a regime of enhanced security on the South Bug direction. Local residents of some settlements of the Kherson region are prohibited from approaching the crossings. Meanwhile, the Ukrainian military from the Kraken unit recorded a video in which they stated that they were in the eastern part of the city of Kupiansk, which had previously been under the Russians on the left bank of the Oskol, and thus the entire city had already been liberated. This fact is also confirmed by the American Institute for the Study of War. On September 16th, Ukrainian troops captured the entire city of Kupiansk, continuing offensive operations east of the Oskol River. This is confirmed by geolocation footage in the eastern part of the city, where the Russian-held part of Kupiansk was, the Institute for the Study of War said in a summary. Some Russian military telegram channels confirmed that the Ukrainian military is in full control of Kupiansk, including its eastern part. They also write that the Ukrainian army is advancing in the direction of Borova and Rubsy. Both of these settlements are also located on the left bank of the Oskol. If this information is correct, then it turns out that at the moment the Russian troops have not yet been able to create a new continuous line of defense in the Kharkov region, relying on the eastern bank of Oskol. However, a number of Russian telegram channels claim that the eastern part of Kupiansk remains under Russia, and only Ukrainian sabotage and reconnaissance groups enter and leave there from time to time. And in general, the left bank of the Oskol is mainly held by the Russians. In general, the situation is still completely uncertain. Officially, the Ukrainian command has not yet announced the liberation of the city. We are following developments. Fighting in this area continues. The advisor to the office of the President Arestovich also spoke about the difficult situation in this sector of the front. According to him, it is in the east of the Kharkov region, where the Russians are trying to build a second line of defense, that the main intrigue of the war is now. The fall of this line, according to Arestovich, will bring down the entire defense of the Russians in the north of the Luhansk region. We jump to the frontier. Rubizn, Stanitsia Luhanska, and Severodonetsk and Lysychansk become in fact a prize, he explained. But this whole story is not easy. We still cannot pass the Lyman, we still cannot develop an attack from Borova and secure a left bank bridgehead across the Oskol River. There is a very complex forest junction, says Arestovich. The enemy recovered a little from the shock in the Kharkov region and began to build a more or less reasonable defense. A new front line looms approximately along the Oskol River east of Izium. We are pressing from Sloviansk to the north. Our task is to take Lyman under control and go further to the Luhansk region on Svatov or cut off Severodonetsk from supplies from the north, the advisor to the president's office said. According to him, the Russian army is preparing to defend Svatov as a stronghold and road junction. If we capture it, then we take control of a significant part of the Luhansk region and threaten the enemy from the north, moving south to Severodonetsk and Luhansk. The dynamics will be clear in the coming days, Arestovich said. Also today, British intelligence said that Russian troops have established a line of defense between the Oskol River and the city of Svatov and will hold a stubborn defense in the area. The UK Ministry of Defense believes that Russia probably considers it important to maintain control over this zone, since it passes through one of the few main supplied routes from the Belgorod region that Russia still controls. In addition, this line runs along the border of the Luhansk region, the capture of which is one of the immediate Russian goals of the war. Any significant loss of territory in the Luhansk region would definitely undermine Russia's strategy, according to British intelligence. Russia will likely try to put up a stubborn defense in the area, but it is not clear if Russian forward forces have sufficient reserves or sufficient morale to counter yet another concerted Ukrainian attack. Meanwhile, the Ukrainian military reported that 2 settlements of Dybrov and Shurov in the Donetsk region were liberated, where Ukrainian flags were raised. Dybrov and Shurov are settlements south of the Lyman on the left bank of the Siversky Donets. Videos with the raising of Ukrainian flags were posted on social networks. For these villages in recent days, there have been stubborn battles. Officially, the release of Dybrov and Shurov has not yet been reported. There was practically no news from the Kherson direction. Russian telegram channels reported about an unsuccessful attempt by the Ukrainian attack in the area of the settlement of Pravdine. However, the Ukrainian General Staff stated that Russian troops shelled Ukrainian positions in this settlement, indicating that Ukrainian forces probably at least entered it. Also, Russian telegram channels reported that Ukrainian forces continue to transfer troops and equipment to the areas of Andrivka and Bialogerka, but the increase in the water level in the Ingulets River due to Russian strikes on dams in Kryvyi Rih blocked half of the Ukrainian crossings. That's all for now. I'm waiting for your opinion in the comments. If you liked the video, please like and subscribe to the channel. Thanks.